Programming brought to you by AWI Networks, Smarter Internet.
Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Scott Beadle. Police are seeking a man suspected of committing 2 home invasions Tuesday afternoon in the St. George area. And in that second incident, police say he sexually assaulted a female resident at the home. The first incident happened a little after noon in Little Valley. The second one just about half an hour later in the Washington Fields area of Washington City. Those 2 homes were about a 10-minute drive from one another. Police say the suspect is a Hispanic man in his early 30s, about 6 feet tall and weighing about 200 pounds. He was wearing a maroon hat with RVCA on it, a gray t-shirt, and green basketball shorts. Police believe he left one scene in a Ford pickup with chrome wheels and running boards. St. George and Washington City Police are working to confirm that these crimes do involve the same suspect. Anyone with information is asked to call St. George Dispatch at 435-627-4300. A Utah couple has been arrested for murder in the death of a 13-day-old boy. 26-year-old Maria Elena Sullivan, the boy's mother, and 21-year-old Dylan James Kitzmiller, her boyfriend, are facing charges of murder and child abuse. The boy died on September 17th. Police caught up to Sullivan in Georgia when she went to a hospital in Canton there. Hospital staff told a sergeant that Sullivan had made some concerning statements to them. Kitzmiller was found and arrested in Utah County on Friday. Prosecutors say Kitzmiller had been abusing the infants and that Sullivan did nothing to stop it or to seek medical help for the baby. A teen was hospitalized Monday after he apparently accidentally shot himself. Police say that 17-year-old shot himself with a deer rifle, hitting himself in the leg. The boy was awake and alert when he was taken from his home on a stretcher. Police say he had just recently returned from a hunting trip. If you haven't done so already, public health officials are encouraging you to get that flu shot. Utah's flu season typically picks up in mid-November and runs through February. David Heaton with the Southwest Utah Public Health Department says September and October are the best times to get the shot. Usually takes about 2 weeks for that vaccination to take full effect. Those 65 and older are considered to be particularly vulnerable to getting the flu. Otherwise, healthy individuals are encouraged to still get a vaccination, not only to protect themselves, but also at-risk friends and family. It's estimated that getting a flu shot will lower the chance of getting sick by 40 to 60%. The Red Bull Rampage is returning to southern Utah for a 12th edition. 21 of the world's best free-ride mountain bikers will compete in this. It's held at the doorstep of Zion National Park. 2 bikers who know the area well include Reed Boggs and Logan Bingeli, who live and train in southern Utah. They'll be in a group of 11 wildcard athletes working to qualify for the finals. The top 10 finishers from last year's competition automatically qualified. Now, tickets to this event sold out months ago, but you can watch it on a live stream on Red Bull TV on Friday or as a highlight program on NBC on Christmas Eve. President Trump is being blasted by 2 prominent Republican senators. Senator Bob Corker saying that the Trump legacy will be the, quote, debasing of the presidency, and the president firing back on Twitter, about as though his personal barbs were firing a new bombshell speech from Republican Senator Jeff Flake, who now says he will not run for re-election. So how does all this affect the Republicans' agenda? Lana Zach is following it all from Washington.
A Senate leader who was once vetted as a possible running mate for then-candidate Trump now says the president has failed to meet expectations.
Look, I think there were many people, I was one of those, that hoped that, he would rise to the occasion as president and aspire to lead our nation instead of dividing it. He has not risen to the occasion.
Severe words from Republican Senator Bob Corker, who questioned not only the president's efficacy as a leader, but also his legacy.
Do you think he's a role model to children in the United States?
No. The constant non-truth telling, the just the name calling, the things like, I think the debasement of our nation will be what he'll be remembered most for.
President Trump firing back on Twitter, unleashing a series of attacks against Corker, calling him lightweight and the incompetent head of the Foreign Relations Committee. Also attacking his size and tweeting that the two-time senator couldn't get elected dog catcher. Later from the Senate floor, another Republican, Jeff Flake, announced he would not run for re-election in a stunning rebuke of what he calls the reckless, outrageous, undignified behavior of the Trump era.
And when such behavior emanates from the top of our government, it is something else. It is dangerous to a democracy. Mr. President, I rise today to say enough.
The unbridled critiques from within the GOP comes at a critical time for the president as he spent the afternoon at the Capitol trying to woo senators to support his tax plan.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell downplayed the questions about the feud as a distraction and said nothing unites Republicans like tax reform. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers has your Southern Utah forecast coming up right after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
And welcome back, everyone. Another beautiful day across our area today. Temperature-wise, we made it back to the upper 70s here in St. George. 79 degrees our high temperature. Normal high this time of year is 74. Record high for the day, 90. Way back in 1959. Overnight lows, not too bad either. We're in the upper 50s this morning, where our normal overnight lows are in the 40s this time of year. But here's a look at our high temperatures across the region. Then we're a little cooler to the north. Cedar City and Enterprise in the upper 60s. 67 Cedar City, 68 degrees Enterprise. Made to 80 in Hurricane late this afternoon. 80 degrees also in Mesquite, and still close to 90 down in Vegas late this afternoon as well. So what else can we expect to see as we head to your Wednesday? Another warm day. Should get back in the low 80s to maybe even some mid 80s in most of our area. Now Cedar City will stay in the 70s. 73 degrees around Cedar City with mostly sunny skies expected. 80 Hurricane, 85 Mesquite, and 81 degrees the high here in St. George as we head into Wednesday afternoon. What else can we expect to see? We're really more of the same. So if you're enjoying the nice warm weather and the dry weather, we're going to keep that around here as we head to the rest of the work week and into the upcoming weekend. May drop temperatures back a little bit as you get in the weekend. May bring temperatures back to more seasonable levels. That probably puts us in the low to maybe mid 70s as we get to Saturday and Sunday, but dry weather going to continue as well. So definitely have to be careful out there with that fire dangers on the increase once again, not only for us, but in the parts of southern Nevada, also in the parts of California as well, with very dry air in the forecast. Here's what it looks like on our surface map. Yeah, very warm, very hot. Actually seeing record challenging temperatures over in southern California. Seeing record temperatures in the 100-degree range once again around Los Angeles. So definitely a lot of warm air out there. We're enjoying high pressure around the area for here in southern Utah. That puts us basically underneath that for your Wednesday with temperatures once again a little bit warmer, probably getting low 80s. In most areas. Going to be dry, that's for sure. I'm going to keep it warm as we get into not only your Wednesday, but really the rest of the work week and into the weekend, staying pretty dry, pretty mild for this time of year, as temperatures will stay a little bit above average through the end of the work week, but by the weekend, that's when we could see temperatures once again get back closer to where they should be. That puts our highs in the 70s in by Saturday and Sunday. Here's a look at our highs for your Wednesday. Cedar City, about 73 degrees at high temperature, 74 degrees Newcastle, 75 degrees Enterprise, sunny and very pleasantly warm across our region. As we head to St. George and southern Utah, 81. Our high temperature on your Wednesday, 84 degrees Littlefield, 85 degrees Mesquite. Again, plenty of sunshine in the forecast. And your 7-day forecast for Cedar City. Drop back in the 60s. We'll go for upper 60s on Thursday, maybe low to mid 60s by the time we get to the weekend. Overnight lows could drop into the 20s by early next week, with mostly sunny skies expected and eventually warming back up to near 70 by Monday. St. George and southern Utah will go for 81 as our high temperature on your Thursday. 75 for the weekend. Friday, Saturday looking pretty good. Upper 70s return next week. And then daytime overnight lows in the 40s too for the weekend. So really looking very nice across our area. Temperature wise, we're going to get a little closer to average this weekend instead of being above average like we'll see the next couple days. But anyway you look at it, it's just some beautiful weather for this late in October.
Yeah, it just looks like a gorgeous weekend out there.
Yeah, definitely going to enjoy that. Get out and enjoy it for sure.
Thanks, Chris. We'll be right back. A couple got engaged at the Cincinnati Zoo earlier this month and had a special guest back there. Fiona the hippo was there to witness the event. Nick Kelble proposed to Haley Roll at the Hippo Cove section of the zoo on October 8th, and you can see Fiona smiling there in the background. Roll says she was so happy that Fiona could be there for their special day. Fiona was born early at the Cincinnati Zoo back in January, and she quickly captured hearts all over the world, even became an internet star. Now Fiona is growing up and spending more time with her parents on exhibit.
This is a pretty cute picture that the hippo's just back there going, hey, what's going on out there? With a smile on his face.
The viewer, the photo bomb.
That's right, the ultimate one of all, that's for sure.
It's a pretty good one. Thanks for watching.
We hope you have a great night.